Hey guys, how's it going? Spidey Spec B here for another video. Today, tax season's here. Y'all are getting your refunds. I still haven't gotten mine yet. Dad's not started on them yet. So, this is a popular topic for other YouTubers. Top 5 things you can do to your Spec V. And ignore the grease up here. I was changing out a power steering rack for the first time and I was too fucking lazy to clean up. But now I regret it. So anyways, obviously this depends on how much on your tax return you got back. So that's why I kind of put different stuff in here to coincide with the different price ranges. First thing I would recommend with your tax return, short shifter. Now the shifter in the B16 is not the most awesome shifter in the world, definitely not the worst. And have some news on that shifter here in a sec. The B15, I know damn well they make a short shifter kit for it. I think 2J Racing has one, and I believe Nismo might have one also, so you'll have to double check that. The B16 Spec V has the Fidanza short shifter option for it, and that's what I personally had on mine, and I fucking loved it. You really have to relearn how to shift once you have that shifter in, because it makes the throws so short and notchy. So the news on the shifter I was talking about, if you remember in my previous video, I mentioned that PLM was considering making a billet metal shifter for us. Well, we got enough people to pre-order the shifter. PLM is now officially making the shifter, so it can be available on their website. So be on the lookout for that guy whenever it comes out. I wish I still had my Spec V so I could buy that shifter, because it looks like such a phenomenal upgrade. And by the way, just because of someone I saw in the community, I said some stupid ass shit. If you know there is a common failure point on the car, and you keep buying the OEM part to replace that common failure part, and know there's an aftermarket part available that fixes that problem, why the fuck wouldn't you just suck it up, spend a little bit of extra money for the better part that's going to perform better over a longer period of time? Like, why would you just keep buying the OEM part? I saw someone else talk about doing that. I truly don't understand it. Anyways, next point. Then number 2 I would recommend with your tax refund, coilovers. I remember, I'll never forget how shocked I was when I lowered my sentra for the first time. And, you know, I made fun of the car's monster truck ride height from the factory, but especially in the front, it's very, very bad. I didn't lower the coilovers all the way. I want to say, I really can't remember as to how much I lowered them, but it was like maybe halfway. The car was slammed. Like, not slammed to the ground, but I definitely had to take speed bumps a little easier. Such a phenomenal upgrade. It makes everything on the car look better. It makes the car look better. It made the car handle better. Now, mine weren't adjusted properly, so I did have a bit of a harsher ride. But in all honesty, I really didn't mind it, because it's also what I expected to, out of something that I was going to race also. So I know max speeding rods means coilovers for the B16 and probably the B15. I don't recommend them. Get BC Racing if you can. If you absolutely want to be slammed now, just get the max speeding rods and save up for the BC coils. Totally what I would recommend. You could do lowering springs also. I'm pretty sure H&R and Eibach make springs for us. I don't recommend lowering springs as much as I do coils, because they just don't have the adjustability as coils. But if you just want the car to remain at a modest ride height, it's completely fine. Third thing I would recommend with that tax refund, window tint. I always thought window tint was kind of overrated until I did 35% tint all around. And holy shit, it changes the aesthetic of the car. And then when you start driving for the first time with a tint on, you learn to like the privacy a lot. And only reason I haven't done it to the G is I'm a broke ass mechanic that works for a dealership and I can't afford it. Really wish I could. though there's just not much to be said about window tint. It looks great and it does its job, especially if you get, I believe it's a ceramic window tint that does its job the best. So I believe fourth thing I would recommend with a tax refund, a nice exhaust. So I don't care if you just get an axle back, or if you get a custom cat back, or if you get the harmonic header or the harmonic header with the mid pipe, it doesn't really matter. Get yourself a nice exhaust, because having an exhaust note really does change the tone of the car and the character of the car. I remember when I put my harmonic header on, I still had a stock mid pipe. I just had a boiler muffler on, but just hearing the exhaust pop and crackle and bang while you were driving made the driving experience so much more fun. I totally forgot how much it changed the driving experience. So I believe there's a company on eBay that sells a 3-inch exhaust, which you could try it. It's 160 bucks. So don't expect it to have the best sound quality by any means. Go to a fucking exhaust shop and get vibrant parts, or Borla or Magnaflow parts put on instead. But still, a good exhaust, can't fucking beat it. Fifth and final thing I recommend with your tax refund, depending on how much you got back, up-rev tune. The tune just changes the car so much, and it's such a good mod for the value that you're paying for it. Now, obviously, this also depends on the capabilities of the tuners. Some are definitely better than others, especially if you see what's going on between Admin and Soho and Griffin right now, which I'm debating on a video for that. Please let me know if you're interested in it. Bobby tuned me, and the base map I didn't really feel a whole lot, which the purpose of the base map is just to make sure that the car is responding the way the tuner wants it to make sure everything is going to work correctly. However, after I believe it was the second or third revision that I got, so much more power in the higher RPMs, so much more playful in the mid RPM. It started up really fast, had very good oil pressure. The launch control, because I had the ARC features, the launch control was so much fun to use. I had no lift shift, but my clutch pedal switch was intermittently working, so no lift shift would intermittently work. But just a good tune can really maximize everything that the car's OEM capabilities have if it's stock. Or if you were like me and you had a catch can, a header, a mid pipe, an intake, a velocity stack, is a lot of supporting mods. And it's even more noticeable if you have upgraded injectors and a ported manifold and throttle body, which obviously, depending on how big of an injector you go with, you might not have a choice but to get the car tuned, because it's not even going to fire right. But yeah, those are my 5 recommended tax refund mods. If you have anything that you think is better in the comments, let me know. If you'd like me to make a video about the Soho and Admin situation, let me know. I have my thoughts about that one. So like, subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, tell me to fuck myself, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.